right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Let's talk a little bit about safety Kenny Vaccaro. You can use him like the ultimate chess piece. Drop him in the box as a safety, turn him into a linebacker. Drop him back into coverage. He can play zone and also match up man-to-man against slot receivers, running backs, and tight ends.
Saints love that flexibility. He's been with them since coming into the league as a first-round pick in 2013. On 3rd down, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Here's the rookie from Wyoming. It's Brian Hill. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Ryan now off the bootleg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Eric Sauber, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up. The touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Leading him out, one of the all-time greats. Hard to believe in his 17th season now, Drew Brees.
That was a solid performance last week. wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see. Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram. Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins.
Pass interference. Offense.
Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just... puzzled his mind.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Ryan on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Ryan, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Sometimes it's as simple as putting the player in the right position, and Vic Beasley has found that in Atlanta. A stand-up outside linebacker who has the ability to move up and down the line of scrimmage to find the right matchups for his speed and quickness so he can go get to the quarterback. 15.5 sacks in his second season, also forced 6 fumbles, and can be used as a spy at times against mobile quarterbacks.
Breeze to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, here's Breeze. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. 4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And is that Jones, the one slow to get up? Yes, Julio's still down right now. While the traders take a look, will step aside. Now Ryan on second down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nate Stupar in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Matt Bosher, 7th-year man from Miami, on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 10-zip our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out come the Falcons now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory. Which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield.
This is Freeman on first and 10. Down to the 25. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Second down, Ryan. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Eric Silver, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. You look at the numbers on the year, up over 1,100 yards now, and the last drive had a touchdown as well. Everybody offensively just seems to be in cohesion, don't they?
They do, and when you look at this rushing total, and you know at the end of the year, that means gifts for the big guys up front. Offensive line, tight ends, they're going to get a nice little bonus from their big-time runner.
When did that become a thing, by the way, that the quarterback or running back gets gifts for the offensive line?
I don't know. I can't go back and pinpoint it, but it's a great tradition, and it rewards those guys because they don't really get the attention that they deserve. We rarely call their names. It's a nice way for them to end their season. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Like 50, like 50. Hey, easy. Ready. 95, 56.
Breeze now on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. After the interception, here's Ryan. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Craig Robertson coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
All right, partner, count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Look, he had all day to throw the football and never got rid of it and allowed for the sack. That's not on the offensive line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the pressure gets to him again. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here's Ryan to throw. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Bosher now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Ginn. Shelling through the defense. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Brees now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd and long, it's Brees. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the return that time, and it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. It's player spotlight time, and we focus that spotlight on the quarterback, Matt Ryan. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. On first down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. To throw again is Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throw again. Now he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And finding the tight end Hooper. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Second down, here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The veteran Andre Roberts was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. On 3rd and goal, Ryan to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Falcons are happy to be sitting in the locker room with the lead. The Saints just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd down from inside the 50. Matt Ryan to his big play receiver, Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 22. Falcons now later on the drive. Pass coverage will break down here. And it leads to a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. Saints take it at the 49. Ingram's going to stay between the tackles, and he'd go in for the 49-yard touchdown. Saints now down by just 3. Now 1st and 10. Gabriel's by himself here, and he ends up at the 29-yard line before he stopped on the play. Falcons still on the field. Completion will be made here to a wide-open man. And a quick 3-play drive ends with the score. 3rd down from inside the 10. They run. It's Devontae Freeman. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Lead grows to 17.
Okay, Larry, a fairly decided first half as we get set to go in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
It's complete. Flainer, right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. With that last carry, Adrian Peterson has gone over 12,000 yards in his career. He becomes the 16th member of that elusive club.
How about that? The next 3 guys that are on the list that he can pass, all Hall of Famers. Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, and Marcus Allen. No wonder his dad called him AD for all day. That man can go.
On first down, Brees. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Aaron Lynch in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From the gun on third down, Breeze. He uncorks it for Snead. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still first down.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They get the penalty yardage back, plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks, too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Falcons on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Freeman again. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Watch 19, watch 19.
Breeze now on first down. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Easy. Ready. 5-9.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On second down, here's Breeze. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. Breeze finding Fleener for New Orleans first.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Shotgun now for Breeze. Buying time to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Let's go.
Out of the Wildcat, it's Peterson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You're not you when you're losing. Snickers satisfies.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now Breeze, got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoff. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Rolling on 1st down is Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Adrian Peterson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He finds Roberts, complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Andre Roberts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the... Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Flushed out right. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Breeze now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And hang on here, Freeman shaken up. Remaining on the ground after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So the offense has it 1st and 10. This is Hill. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Second down following the run. They run it again with Hill. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Check that guy. Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Breeze to throw on second down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. DeAndre Levy in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. On third and long, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And Charles, I think when this game...